Hello everyone, this is Ranjita and I'm back with another card making tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how you can make such simple but beautiful floral cards using very minimal supplies. The best part is I'm going to show you how you can make your own flowers using pattern paper. So let's get started. For the first card, I'm starting with an A2 sized card base and I'm placing a stencil over it. For today's card, I am using this stencil from Craftangles, that is round lace, and I am placing it on one half of the card as shown here. I am then going ahead and inking some distress oxides onto this stencil. Here I am using distress oxides in the shade Antique Linen, and I am using Craftangles blending brush, and just slightly with a very light hand, I am adding some ink onto my background. This is a very beautiful stencil, and just a little bit of ink through it would make the card look so much more beautiful just with this stencil. This is a very easy way of adding a beautiful interest to your background. Now that our background is ready, now moving ahead to the stamp. I'm using this Aquarius stamp, and this stamp made me look through it and it looked like a flower vase for me. So I'm using that stamp and I'm just carefully partially stamping it. So if you can see here, actually it is a horoscope or zodiac sign stamp set, but when I looked through the stamp, it looked like a flower vase for me. So I'm just partially stamping it. Here I'm using Versamark ink because I was planning to coloring it with alcohol inks. So I'm just doing very basic coloring here using my alcohol markers. However, you can color them with watercolors or any other coloring medium that you wish to. I'm not doing any great fancy coloring here, just adding a few dark and light tones here and there to add interest to my image. Like I always say, please look through your stamps. Who knows, you could find an entirely different object from your already existing stamps. Just like as you can see here, I'm using this image for a flower vase. However, it was intended to use it as a zodiac stamp set. Once I'm done coloring my image, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut all the elements. So from this beautiful pattern paper from Craftangles, I've taken this shade of pattern paper and I've cut out some flowers out of this paper. So let's quickly go ahead and assemble the entire card together. I'm adding the flower vase here with some double-sided foam adhesive because I wanted a little dimension to this. And then I'm adding these leaves and flowers. I've die cut these leaves and flowers. However, you can punch out them or you can always hand cut them. Since I had dies, I was using them. In the later part of the video, I will be showing how you can also use punches to make your own flowers with pattern paper. I'm happy with my card design here. I'm going ahead and adding the flower centers, and I'm just adding half pearls here to make these flowers look much more beautiful. Now that our card is ready, all we have to do is add a little sentiment to this beautiful card and then mount it onto a card base. So here you can see I've stamped and cut out a sentiment and I've matted it over black cardstock to just add some more interest, because the little black background would bring in a lot of more detail. And then I'm adding this entire card onto a blue colored card base. And that's it. Our first floral card for today is ready. Very simple, isn't it? A subtle background with a stencil and then die cut flowers out of pattern paper. That was all you needed to make this beautiful card. Now let's go ahead and check out the next card. For the second card, I'm again starting with an A2 sized card base. Here I am using this Craftangle stencil called Chevron, and I am using Distress Oxide to add a subtle background to my card base. I'm going with a very light hand. I'm dabbing off all the excess ink on my craft mat and just adding a slight hint of color on my background because I didn't want to take away all the focus from the main images that I'm planning. So here is our subtle background ready. Now I've taken a cardstock and I've embossed it with some swirly pattern, and I'm just roughly brushing the already inked brush here. I'm not taking any excess ink. This was just to add a hint of color to my embossed piece. This piece measures around 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. This was just a fun element that I wanted to add to pop on my flowers onto. So here I've die cut a lot of little elements. I've again die cut my flowers using the same pattern paper that I've showed you in the previous card. This is a pattern paper pack from Craftangles called Aged Roses, and I've also cut out a piece of cardstock like a chevron bit here. I thought it would go well with the background that I was doing. So here I'm just placing that strip here just to add some focal element here and there. So this was the card idea that I was trying to show you, that you do not have to have too many fancy supplies, but you can just make use of your scrap pieces and layer your card and add a lot of interest to your already existing elements. So here I've cut out some leaves as well out of green cardstock, and I'm randomly placing this foliage and flowers on the embossed card base that I've prepared here. I'm then adding my flowers. I've die cut these flowers out of pattern paper, and I'm adding leaves here and there to fill in the spaces. This was a very easy and simple way to make your own flowers and also to use up those little scraps of pieces that you always keep hoarding. I'm cutting off all the excess, and then I'm adding some pretty pearls as my flower centers. To finish up the card, I am adding a sentiment here. I am again adhering it with double-sided foam adhesive to bring in some dimension to my card. That's it, our card is almost done. All I have to do is just pop it onto an A2 sized card base. Here I am using an yellow card base to bring in a little more color to my card background. That's it, my second floral card inspiration for today is done. I hope you liked it. Now let's quickly go ahead and make the third card as well. For the third floral card today, I'm going to show you how to make a flower pot card. For this you need a card base that measures 3.5 inches by 9 inches. I'm placing my cardstock, and along the long side of the cardstock, I'm scoring it at 2 inches and 5.5 inches as shown here. That's it. That is all you need to make this beautiful flower pot card. It's very quick and easy. So as you can see here, I am alternating the folds here. So if sideways, your card base looks like this. Now to make it look more like a flower pot and to add some more interest, I am using my border punches here, and I'm just adding a little floral border here. However, this step is completely optional and you can skip this step, or you can add some washi tape or some die cut strips to add an interest to your flower pot. I had these old punches lying around, so I thought I would put good use to it, and I'm just cutting out a simple border on my flower pot base here. Now to make it look more like a flower pot card, I'm just marking ½ inch on the bottom and I'm connecting it to the top. This will give it a little tapered edge and make it look a little more like flower pot card. However, I'm just using a ¼ inch here. You can make it even more tapered. So after marking it out, I'm just carefully cutting it out with my scissors, making sure I get a straight and clean cut. Now to add flowers into our flower pot, I am taking a card base that measures 2.5 inches by 5 inches. Onto this I will be adding some flowers. To bring in more depth and dimension to my card base here, I'm taking the Distress ink here in the shade Vintage Photo, and I'm just adding a little ink here and there to bring in some more interest to my card base. This step is entirely optional. However, if you do not have Distress inks, you can also use soft pastels or just shade it with your color pencils. This would bring in a lot of more difference to your card base. Like I told you, you do not have to spend in a lot of money in buying those fancy flowers that are available in stores. However, you can make them all by yourself. You can either draw and cut them out, or like I have shown you here, you can punch out some flowers using craft punches. I've punched out these flowers using craft punches, and I'm adding some ink here to bring in more dimension to the already beautiful pattern paper. As I have shown you, just a little hint of color brings in so much more difference to the plain papers. So here you can see how I'm putting use to pattern paper and I'm making beautiful cards. In the previous examples, I've shown you how you can make flowers out of die cuts. You can also make flowers like using punches, or you can hand draw some beautiful flowers and just fussy cut them and use it in your cards. So now that our cards are ready, I went ahead and I also cut out some leaves here. Now let's go ahead and put this entire flower pot card together. So first I'm adding some leaves here, and then I will be adhering these flowers using double-sided foam adhesive. After adding my flowers, I wanted to brighten up the flower centers, so I am using some buttons from my stash here. These are just regular buttons. You can find it in any fancy store, not any difficult to find supplies. I've added these buttons as my flower centers. So here you can see our flower pot is coming to life here. I thought I could add another flower here in the corner, and then I'm again adding the flower center. Here I am using buttons for my flower center. You can use rhinestones, or you can use beads, or you can even use simple die cuts. The choice is yours. Beautify your flowers as you would like to have them. Now to keep all the parts of the card in place, I'm just taking a thin strip of brown cardstock here, and I'm wrapping it around the card like this. Make sure you crease it well along the shape of the card. This is acting like a belly band, and it would hold your card and the card insert in place. I'm tucking it up underneath the flap here so that it is not visible. You can write a personalized note in the insert, or you can stamp a sentiment. To finish up the card here, I'm adding a sentiment here with some double-sided foam adhesive to bring the card together. So here is our flower pot card. I hope you like this simple fancy fold, and you will also definitely give this a try. So here were my floral card inspirations for today. I hope you liked them. You can see the close-up images of all the finished cards here. They were simple, quick and easy, and also I've shared some simple tips from my side on how you can use pattern papers and scraps of cardstock and pattern papers to make such beautiful flowers. I hope you liked this video and you will definitely give these cards a try. The links to all the supplies that I've used in this video are given in the description box below. I hope you liked this video and I was of some inspiration to you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back with some more card inspiration. Until then, bye.